Good morning, people. Sunny morning down here on the river. I'm going to be doing my taxes today. That's a grand time. But preparing to take the boat out for about a week next week. Hope to be able to use that time to get some kind of practical footage on how I get about it. Harder to do at the dock. It's nice to be able to kind of show things underway in action and discuss the practical aspects of this lifestyle and how it can free you from your servitude. And no, I mean that for real. And I delight in being able to expose people to the possibilities. I would say that there is a risk, and we should discuss it at the front. And I see a lot of people fall vulnerable to the risk. And that is this. In fact, this lifestyle does bring you emancipation. It does bring you freedom. It does bring you the ability to find personal autonomy in a very profound manner. The problem with that is that if you are an individual who is motivated mostly by avoidance rather than seeking, if you're more interested in escaping things than finding things, the problem that one runs into is that this lifestyle, once you embrace it and you get a little ways down this path, you find that your needs of escaping or withdrawing are met. And then there's no further incentive to proceed. And one sees a lot of individuals who get caught by this trap. They find themselves in possession of a little bit of freedom, a little bit of income, a little bit of opportunity in how they want to spend their lives. They've got their first boat. It's anchored out in the harbor someplace. But beyond that, beyond the escape, there's very little. And they end up out there kind of rotting away by the inch, generally with some kind of chemical habit to while away the time and the days. And the boat slowly rots into the water, and they slowly rot into the cushions in the boat. And you will find that harbors around the world and boatyards around the world are heavily populated by individuals who have been captured in this trap. They've purchased just enough freedom to destroy themselves, in fact. And we should be well aware that that's a trap that many, many, many people fall vulnerable to. This can also be a very pernicious trap in relationships, something that I've had to learn the hard way. Again, you may have a situation where you've got Jack and Jill on the boat. One of them may be interested in sailing away to seek some adventure. The other one may be interested in sailing away precisely to avoid it. And those are very, very, very cross purposes kinds of intents, even though, in spite of the fact, superficially, on the surface, it both looks like that you're embracing the lifestyle. Really, if you're going to be into this lifestyle for the long haul, the thing that makes it work is to be a seeker and an adventurer, a mariner, a voyager, not somebody who's just simply squatting in the harbor. It's a lifestyle that requires an attitude of engagement with life, the eyes turned outward, to really be one of those individuals that's infected with the curiosity about what lies over the horizon. That's necessary to this life. And if you have that kind of zest for things, well, then the world's your oyster. Otherwise, it can be a very, very, very dangerous lifestyle. And it's important to practice an authentic self-assessment before you get started. So I would say that if we kind of look at the individuals who nibble around the edges of this topic, I mean, if we kind of ignore, again, the Wired magazine crowd and the super well-funded set, which I would call kind of the SeaSploiters. And you have the other end of the spectrum, which might be the SeaSquatters. You're going to find that individuals like yourself, the SeaSteader who makes it your life, you're going to be a rare bird, right? And your attitudes about the lifestyle are going to be different. It's not going to be a vacation. It's not an escape. It's not certainly not something to plunder, but because it is your home, the sea is your home, your habitat, your rest, you have an attitude towards it of stewardship, really, again, of I, thou versus I, it. I hope that's what we're seeking, at least. Like if we're going to emancipate ourselves of anything, really, it needs to be the ability to step away from our cultural values of exploitation and this what's in it for me attitude that is so prevalent within our destructive culture. We need a reaction against that, moving away from that towards a life-affirming, life-supporting attitude of stewardship, I think gives us great guidance in how to go about things. You'll see a lot of people really fail at that. They still have the cultural attitudes of short-sighted interest. They're literally so dumb that they don't know not to shit in their own bed. And you will see plenty of people out there enjoying this lifestyle, utterly unconscious that the way that they go about it will make their efforts towards their emancipation short-lived, destructive, perhaps even more ultimately confining than the situations that they thought they left behind. So let's just be aware of that and be intelligent enough that, again, this is an attitude most useful for those who want to embrace a authentic connection with reality, to seek a life of purpose and understand that purpose is found in connection. Here's a way to do that. Let's make sure that we respect the opportunity for what it really provides for us. Cheers, people.